What's up, people? Man, I told you what I was gonna go see, and I went to go see it. We went to go see Expendables 2. That was a badass movie. And just to throw this out now, I know my last video, what was the review of? Nitro Circus? I think it was. Was it? Yeah. It lagged a lot. Like, a lot. And my voice was all, like, even, like, I'm looking at myself while I'm recording. Hey, you can see, look at that. You can see it in my glasses. It's like Inception with recordception. Anyway, yeah, it lagged a little bit, and it kind of looks like I'm kind of lagging. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this movie was packed with just, you know, all the badass stars of their time anyway. And, you know, some of this time, I guess. There's just a list. There's a list of people. There was Sylvester Stallone. There was Jason Statham. Jet Li. Dolph Lundgren. The basic cast of the last one. Randy Couture. Terry Crews. Terry Crews was one of my favorites. You know, he was one of my favorites from the last one. When I first seen the trailer for this, I was wondering if he was still in it, because they didn't really show much of him in the beginning trailers that you know, the teasers and whatnot that they showed for this movie a year ago or whatever, whenever they started showing. Who else? They had Thor's brother in here, Liam Hemsworth. He was a badass. He was a sniper. Man, he was a badass. Who else? Bruce Willis. He was in the last one. He didn't have as big a part as he did in this one, but I mean, this one he did a little more. He got off his ass. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like I said, they didn't have enough of him in Total Recall. They didn't have any of him in Total Recall, but they had plenty of him in this movie. I got my Schwarzenegger fix. You know what I mean? Just, it was brutal. It was a badass movie. Who else? Chuck Mother Norris, man. They had, that was, Chuck Norris came in, dude. I was like, yes. I mean, I knew he was going to be in it. Everybody knew he was going to be in it. But I was, yes, finally, Chuck Norris, you know. There was a big thing of that he probably wasn't going to be in it or something. For the longest they were saying that because he doesn't do rated R movies, it's just against his whole moral or something. I don't know, you know. Who else? Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was the villain, which ironically I was looking at because I look up the names of who was all in the movie beforehand, and I was looking up the cast. And, well, I look it up. I know who's in it. I just, every time I go to record, I'm like, who's in it again? But yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme was the villain in this movie. I mean, they didn't do much. They didn't get very creative with his name. I mean, he played is he Russian? He may have been Russian, I don't know. His name was Villain. It's villain without one of the L's. I seen that in the cast and I was looking at it, I was like, okay, whatever. He played a badass villain. And then he had his little henchman, Scott Adkins, I think it was. Yeah, Scott Adkins. Yeah. There's nobody in here. I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm not really too sure who he is. He played a badass, you know, henchman. He was Jean-Claude Van Damme's bitch. Who else? There was that chick they brought in, like, spoiler, Jet Li, he was in the beginning or whatever, but he ended up going and doing his own thing or whatever. Chinese takeout. He did it, and he went and he wasn't in the whole movie, but they replaced him with another Asian. You know, what was her name? Yunnan, I think it was. She was a badass. She can hold her own, you know. She was the tech chick. She smart as hell. She hold down her own fighting, you know. She held her own. She did really good. I want to say I've seen her in something else, but I don't remember what. Um, I don't know. It was, I'm telling you, a badass movie. Like, it was the ultimate man movie. That's what they said about the last one. This one topped the last one so much. I mean, it had, basically it was just an action movie. That's all it was. I mean, it had its story, which was basically revenge, pretty much, because there's a big, I'm not going to spoil that, but at the beginning there's something that makes them want revenge at the beginning, and so they do that. That was basically the plot, you know. They have their mission at the beginning, which was supposed to be easy money. Shit goes down, something goes wrong. Someone pays, I guess, for it. It goes horribly wrong at the beginning, and is just, they went revenge for what went wrong. To Van Damme villain, the villain. he was a badass villain. Van Damme, he was believable with it, you know. I mean, he doesn't play villain much. I don't think he's ever. Has he ever? He may have. I don't know. But besides all that, it was all action. They had its moments where they were sitting down talking for a little bit, and then it was back into action. But all the action was awesome. All the choreography was awesome. There was explosions galore. There was Chuck Norris. I mean, it was cool, dude. Like, it took all their one-liners, you know, from all their famous movies and stuff, you know, Arnold and Stallone and Bruce Willis. They had all their one-liners brought back into there, and it was hilarious. I mean, Terry Crews was funny as hell. I didn't stop laughing, and at the same time I'm going, yeah, you know, woo! There was so much crap going on. It was just awesome, badass movie. Well, what else? Yeah. Oh, God damn it! I had something else. Remember. Well, let's give it a rating then. I'm going to do my ratings from now on out of 7, just because I like the number 7, and it's an easy rating. Like, you can give it a 4, and that's like an average movie, you know? Anyway, out of 7, I honestly, like, I mean, there was not much of a story, but it had its own story. It had an action flick story. Based on an action film alone, I give this a 7 out of 7. Just a fucking awesome movie, you know? Like, it's one of my favorites of the summer. Is it still summer? Is it still considered summer? August, yeah. But it was just sick. It was awesome. I want to go see it again. I really do. There's a couple parts that I didn't hear because everybody was laughing, but I mean, it's not too big of a part. I mean, it's just humor parts that I missed. So yeah, go see this movie. This video's already 8 minutes long. Go see this movie. I mean, I don't care if you go see other movies. Go see this movie. If you're a dude, you have to see this movie. If not, I need to get a P.O. box so you can send me in your man card right now. Because you have to see this movie. Movie was epic to just oh my God. I can't even put it into words. Like, there was just a bunch of us guys, you know, basically, and my buddy's girlfriend, my other buddy's sister. But we're all just going, yeah, every time, you know, just fucking cheering. I almost wanted to stand up and go, just like throw my fist in the air, just punch the guy in front of me because there's so much action going on. Oh, man. It was ridiculous. Anyway, this movie made me excited. And I want to go shoot stuff, so I'm going to go play some Xbox. I didn't really say much about this movie, though. It had explosions. The only way that they could have made this movie better is if they would have added Chuck Norris's beard into the credits. That's the only way. I mean, seriously, Chuck Norris made a Chuck Norris joke. That is awesome. I don't care. That is just brilliant. But I may be biased on this movie. I read a bunch of critic reviews, and they were all putting it down. And screw them. This movie was awesome. Go see it right now. Well, not right now. Right now it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's probably not showing. Go see it. Do it. All right, I spit on my camera. All right, I'm out. Hopefully my video's not lagged this time. If it is, oh well, I'm not recording it. I put it on airplane mode. It's supposed to help it a little bit, I think. So there's no interruptions and whatnot too. But I'm out. I think next week we're going to go see The Apparition, which is a scary movie. Kind of looks like kind of like a Freddy Krueger kind of scary movie. You know, believe in it and all this. It looks wicked. I'll let you know. If I go see something beforehand, I'll put up another review. In the meantime, peace!